Greetings, I'm Chevalier, and I'll be doing a complete situation and guide of Ayutthaya. It's gonna be the first time when I'm pronouncing this, and probably the last time. It's quite hard to pronounce. Ayutthaya. So, Ayutthaya is the big baddie in this region. By big baddie, I mean they usually just come on top and manage to win every fight and become really big really fast. They are your main rival. For example, if you want to play a Ryukyu campaign, because you don't want to actually run into Papariung and actually vassalize Papariung. It's about a Ryu campaign. But usually as AI they grow really big. As a player, they are usually the best nation that you can use to unite this region here, including these regions here, and move into India from Indo-China. Quite simple. They are quite powerful in this region. I will say that they are at the same level as let's say Austria, not France, like there's no France here, but on the same level as Austria, perhaps Castile. There you go, Castile is better way to put it that. Let's actually go into cash first and see that you are gonna make a decent amount of cash. You have only one fort, so you cannot kill it. You're gonna afford one advisor. I recommend an admin advisor because you'll need the points there to go for the first idea. That is quite standard. Admin advisor first. We'll talk about this in advisors there, but you make 3.5 targets. On traders, you'll see that you collect in Siam. Siam only moves to Malacca, and that's gonna be bad for you. You have a guy here, but actually he transfers, just switching to collect. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Like, you can also collect from Bengal, and that's pretty much it. Like there's nothing much more to say here. Like, or you can transfer here and collect on Bengal. Anyway, you're gonna make a little bit more cash from these trade nodes. That's pretty much it. A little bit more cash, nothing else. For the mid to late game, I would say move to Malacca or move directly to Bengal, then Ceylon. Then as the game progresses, just simply move west until you hit an end trade node. To Alexandria, or simply go to the Zanzibar trade node. If we go for the small TI here, for TI here, just move to Cape of Good Hope, Ivory Coast, Seville, Genoa, or Alexandria, Genoa. If you can actually move to Genoa. I mean, anyway, it's gonna be in the late game. You're not gonna be that interested right now. Just Bengal, Ceylon, even moving to Gulf of Aden and switching from all of these regions here all the way to Gulf of Aden. But yeah, this is for trade. Let's go to estates. Here are the merchant guilds, the monastic orders, the clergy, and basically nobility. Pretty much standard stuff here. On the merchant guilds, you cannot do anything here. You could try to give them land, but unfortunately, you don't want this that much. You do want the draft ships for war. Unfortunately, you have the necessary number of ports, so they're not going to be that useful. So the demand of diplo support is useful, but you're better off using it later on when you actually have more land, so you can use it to get your first idea there. So no need to use anything on the merchant guilds, not even to grab monopoly charters. Simply you can do something, just like ask for contributions. That's pretty much the standard stuff there. For the monastic orders here, you will need to give them some land to recruit these advisors basically. I say you need to give them some land, like a province somewhere. As you can see here, they expect to control 10, so you should probably just give them something. Just give them a province that has a high amount of admin and that has some basically autonomy. So for example, Tayovo or Mergui, until you hit the necessary amount of points there. If you just go with here, they'll say they want to 10%. I don't know that, just give them Mergui. Pretty standard stuff. Although, if you want to be really efficient, you can give them Tavoy and not Mergui, because Mergui has Chinaware, and you're gonna gain more cash from production there. I mean, if you really want to be OCD about it. With this, just 6 support is gonna get you over, then recruit a minister, recruit an inquisitor. Then, if you really want to be a little bit more annoying, you can give them more land. Right, you can give them a Tabwa as well, or any other provinces or small provinces, so you can actually get the full 150 points here. For example, just do this. 87, you can actually get the max amount here. If you have to do this, remember just do not get Inquisitor here. Do not get either the Minister or the Inquisitor. It's up to you how you want to do it. Most likely you'll want to have the Inquisitor, because you might want to convert the Sinus here. It's gonna be annoying, and a Hinus here as well. So that's gonna be annoying. So you might not want to get the Theologian. That's gonna get you to what, to 73. So you need to get a minister. Quite annoying. You can figure it out, pretty standard stuff. Then just demand to get your shit, to get more points there. From the nobility here, I'll just recommend granting a generalship and simply going for the call of tithe. Another way you can do it, it's a recruiter minister as well. That's gonna get you to 88. But as time progresses and you grow big and you conquer some lands, you'll be able to decrease these numbers here basically. And that is it. Just demand military support here, so it can be equal, pretty standard stuff on the states. Let's go to court. On the court here, you have a 1 to 3, which is age 40. Quite crap. You should immediately make him into a general. And what? That's strange. No, he's already a general, my bad. So he's already a general. He'll hopefully die quite fast. He has a decent amount of shock value, which is quite nice. And he has siege value as well, which is excellent as well. So with this guy in charge, you're gonna be able to kill him as fast as possible. Just keep him in charge, and because you want him to die, simply because your heir is 6 to 2. Quite nice. He has 10 points, not that great, but the 6 on admin is gonna allow you to get the ideas really fast, and also allow you to core stuff, which is quite important. For advisors, I recommend going for the national focus on admin and simply getting the missionary strength guy here, or the national rest. It's up to you how to pull it off. Later on, if you feel that you have the cash necessary, you can also get the admin advisor here. You can also get the military advisor here, for example, discipline guy, and you can also get the better nations over time guy here. Right, as you can see, this is gonna get you to minus 67. If you also do this on your fleet, oh boy, so you're gonna lose cash. It's up to you how you want to pull it off. This is the maximum amount of points that you can get, at least at this point in time. So 866, that's the best route for you to get those points. And that is it on your court. This guy has quite crappy stats, abilities. Hopefully this guy is you're gonna get better ideas and better stats on that guy. Better stats, better traits on that guy. On the government is pretty much the standard stuff. You're a kingdom, you have despotic monarchy, so you have national arrest and unjustified demands, standard. Now on diplomacy, comes quite tricky. So you have to follow the standard my guide for allies and enemies basically, and choose who you want to rival. My recommendation is to have 1 rival in Malacca and 2 rebels here, wherever you want to choose. Make sure you go for the small guys that you can attack. For example, here, Pegu, you can attack Pegu. He has 2 rivals and no enemies. Most likely it's gonna you can ally him yourself, for example, and use him against Lana. Lana, you can ally them as well. Yeah, pretty much rival your rivals, or rival the small guys. Usually you can rival your rivals, and you'll attack them with the help of their enemies. Pretty much standard stuff here. For example, right now in my campaign, type we had rival them, that's Khmer. Khmer rival me, so I'm gonna rival Khmer as well. Then I'm looking at Khmer, and Khmer has an enemy in Lannan, Malacca, and Ayutthaya, right? So Lansan, Lannan, Lansan or Lannan? Lansan rebelled me, so no. Malacca, they don't want an alliance. That's unfortunate. You can try to improve the opinion with Lansan, but that's not gonna be possible. So to fight off Khmer, you're gonna have to use your own troops, unfortunately. And you're gonna have to fight their enemies as well. So, next option. Who is this? Langsan. Langsan has been rebelled by Dai Viet, Khmer, and Ayutthaya. Khmer is not possible. Dai Viet is not possible. So you're gonna have to fight Langsan again with your own troops. Although it might be possible for somebody to wander lands as well. Depends on their luck. You can add the small guys here as well to give you an oomph. But with the help of your vassals, you're gonna have 20,000 troops, perhaps something along those lines, and you're gonna be safe. And that is it on diplomacy. On economy, here we talked about. Let's talk about technology. So you have embraced the institution of feudalism, so you're quite fine. At this point in time, genocide is gonna hit, so try to be careful of the lands that you can actually boost. You can try to boost your capital or the lands here. The cheapest one is to be your capital because you have the capital modifier. At the same time, you have the... Oh, you are tropical. That's annoying. This is tropical as well, so that's gonna be really hard to pull off. But you can actually force the Renaissance to hit by just spending points to build up the development here. It's gonna be costly, but it's doable. Costly, but doable. Yeah, the cost is quite negligible, to be honest. Yeah. Here on tech, just use the modifier as much as possible. The -5 from being behind on tech. And save the diplo points to get your first idea. Boost up the admin tech so you can get the idea faster. And for military, take it when you want to go to war, war when you feel threatened. And that is it on technology. On ideas here. You have the reduced unity plus 20% and max promoted cultures. This is quite crap, to be honest. It allows you to build a more stable empire, but it's not that useful. Quite crap, I will say myself. And the culture promotion, another great, to be honest. Rarely use it. National tax modifier is decent. The manpower is excellent. Makes trade maintenance. I recently played the Ottoman campaign and I found that it's quite nice to use mercenaries as basically cannon fodder. Quite nice. It saved me quite a lot of manpower there. But that should happen if you have the cash. If you don't have the cash like I had in the Ottoman campaign, it's gonna be quite annoying. For diplomats here, you have +1, decent I would say. You have the trade range and you have the stability cost modifier -10%, and the national unrest -1. So this is crap, this is crap. So these two are crap. At max you have the income from vassals, which is crap as well. So overall, the Ayutthaya ideas, crap. Except for the manpower, the national tax modifier, and the national unrest, everything here is quite crap. Maybe the diplomats are gonna be useful to some degree, but not that much. So let's go into ideas here. On to ideas. I recommend going exploration, expansion, followed by religious for the free CB, followed by influence. And that is the way that you should pull it off. If you really want to go for something else, you can go for influence, followed by admin, followed by exploration expansion, or influence, admin, religious, military, and that's about it. Then forget about exploration and just focus on land conquest. So two options, either exploration or land conquest. In this scenario here, I truly recommend just simply going for exploration. I would say that with exploration ideas, you'll be able to maybe hit colonialism. You might be able to basically hit it because you'll have the exploration ideas and you have the quest for the new world, and you might be able to hit it. But remember that you have to, for it to trigger into your own lands, you'll have to discover the new world, which is not possible. You might just be able to boost it up with the help of the tech there. But yeah, where were we? I forgot. Ideas. Another option would be to go for a military idea first. To extent I'll say you can go for quantity ideas, although that is gonna leave you behind on military tech, especially when the Renaissance catches up to you. You're gonna suffer some points, some deficit on the military tech, which is not that recommended. But yeah, I recommend just going for simply exploration expansion, quite standard stuff. Try to take this last year and have CPs on Brunei, on Kutai, on Mashapajit, and then slowly move onto the basically Keep of Good Hope here, and slowly make your way onto this side, and even eventually make your way to the New World and lead to Japan, for example, or anything of that sort, Ryukyu, and pretty much anything of on that side. Now, this is it on ideas. Pretty standard. Just go for exploration ideas, followed by exploration, followed by expansion, followed by, I would say, influence, followed by admin, followed by animated ideas. So you can actually maximize your points efficiency on integration here. On missions and decisions, you have some flavor events, nothing that important. You have the decisions for being what's called Eastern religion, basically, and pretty much standard stuff here. There's nothing much more to say. You have some decent policies. If you go for those ideas, you'll probably know the policies by yourself by now. But yeah, nothing that much important on the missions and decision tab. On stability and expansion, standard stuff. Reduce when you feel a need to, boost stability to 1. Here I recommend going for this guys here. Recommend going for this guy's native trading policy, simply because you do not have the cash to spend so that you can actually call this guys here, and that does mean that your expansion is gonna be quite slower, but still they're not gonna attack you that much. You can also go for coexistence policy, which is gonna give you up to native uprising minus 100%. That would be nice as well. You're not gonna have to spend points. This depends on how many troops you have. If you have 35,000 troops, 40,000 troops, just go for this or this. If you have 25,000 troops to 30,000 troops, just go for native coexistence policy or the native trading policy, simply because you don't want to spend the manpower, or you don't want to actually call the natives and lose that bonuses there, like you get production efficiency, right? Local goods products, basically, which is kind of nice actually. You're gonna gain a little bit more cash. That's it on the on the stability expansion. On religion, you are Theravada. Pretty nice stuff. You can actually have karma. You can also, if I'm not mistaken, you cannot get if another fate, unfortunately. But you have the fact that you actually have karma or minus karma and plus karma, right? So you might also you want to have karma basically at 0 or between 0. So try to make sure that you keep karma here, and to get the maximum bonuses for discipline and for diplomatic reputation there. But yeah, nice religion there. On the military tab, you have 16 force limit on military. You can build. Oh, my bad. Thought I could build. You can build 50% cap. So just build it up to the standard 50%. So that will be 12.6. Unfortunately, you can't do 12.6. So just go with 10.5. That will be 11.5 for you right now. 11.5, then 12.5, then 12.6 basically. And once you get some more lands there. Pretty standard stuff here. You want to build some mercenaries if you don't have the manpower, but yeah, you need the cash there, so that's also not recommended. For naval force limit, try to save it to some degree, simply because you're gonna integrate this guy and you're gonna gain his ships, and that's gonna be annoying because you're gonna have to sell or delete some of them. At the same time, you're gonna gain some heavies from the decision here, from the merchant guilds to the ships for war, and you're gonna have a decent amount of a navy. Now, this is it on military. Pretty much standard stuff here. Maybe you're gonna get a decent guy, but this guy is quite great. You might even not need to have the decision to make a general to demand to grant the generalship there. That can be bypassed as well. Now let's move on to your subjects. You have subjects of Sukhothai, this guy here, and Ligor, this guy here. These guys have your cores, so their annexation should be free, if at all possible, and Ligor has made claims on this guys, feed Ligor. If not, just integrate him as soon as possible. That will be in the... oh, you can integrate him right away. So you can actually integrate them quite fast. For this guy here of Sukhothai, you need to wait until 1448 for 4 years, but try to feed this guy some lands so you can actually have some more efficient integration. If you look at the culture here, they are both your own culture, although this guy might not be. Yeah, well, he's in the Malayan culture, unfortunately, so he's not your culture, but you have your course, so you can annex him quite fast. This guy is your culture, so you can feed him some more lands. But this guy you'll have to annex simply because you want to move into Malaya faster. So that guy needs to be annexed and you're gonna gain his troops. Pretty much standard stuff there. Other than this, there's nothing much more to say. Other than, I'll see you in the next episode. We're gonna talk about the expansion guide of the Ayutthaya. Ciao.